Right, so you're trying to figure out this whole PTE versus IELTS thing, right?
Yep. Huge decision. Lots of factors, especially for study or immigration.
It can be a lot to process, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. There's tons of info out there. Articles, opinions, even those comparison charts can make your head spin.
Yeah, and you're already busy enough prepping applications and all that.
Totally. So that's what we're tackling today. Really breaking it down. PTE versus IELTS, no jargon, just what you need to know.
Right, straight to the point, like what's the format of each test, how's the scoring work, where are they even accepted?
That's it, the core stuff. And we're pulling from all sorts of sources, not just one website or blog post.
Exactly. And our goal. Under 9 minutes, you walk away knowing which test might be your best bet. No guarantees, but way more clarity.
Think of it as your cheat sheet, because choosing the right test can make all the difference.
No pressure, right?
Okay.
Okay, so first things first. How are these tests even structured? They both test English, sure, but the vibe is totally different.
For sure. So right off the bat, PTE, that's Pearson Test of English, it's all on the computer, every single bit.
Digital, digital, digital.
Exactly. That impacts everything. How you answer, how you're recorded, even just the feel of the test.
Gotcha. Now, IELTS, International English Language Testing System, that's a bit different.
Right. IELTS gives you choices, computer or paper-based, old school or new school.
Ah, so if someone's really not a tech person.
They've got that option, yeah. And speaking of differences, the speaking sections are where things really diverge.
Yeah, this is the part that trips a lot of people up, I bet.
It can. So PT speaking, it's you, a microphone, and artificial intelligence doing the scoring.
Whoa. AI grading my every word.
Pretty much. It's looking for very specific things in your speech.
Okay.
Grammar, vocab, fluency, all measured by algorithms.
So I guess if you're good at hitting those specific points, the AI might be predictable.
That's the thinking. It's less about personality or charm and more about hitting the criteria the AI is programmed for.
Interesting. Okay, but IELTS speaking, that's a whole different ball game, right?
Completely. It's a face-to-face interview with a human examiner.
Oh, wow. So it's like a real conversation.
Exactly. More natural, more give and take. They're looking at how you communicate, not just what you say.
Yeah. Makes you think, which one would you feel more comfy with? AI or human?
Big question, right? Because that comfort level can really impact your performance.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to scoring. This is the part everyone wants to know. How do these tests actually get graded?
Okay, so PTE, sticking with that AI theme, the entire test is scored by artificial intelligence. All sections.
Start to finish, robots grading you.
Basically, yeah. The goal is total consistency, no human bias in theory. You get a score out of 90, nice and clear.
So like 70 out of 90, that sort of.
Exactly. And the best part? Results are usually ready super fast, within 48 hours often.
Wow, that's got to be a relief. No waiting weeks on end.
Huge advantage if you need things done quickly. Now, IELTS, sticking with the human element, they use certified examiners to grade everything.
So more eyes on your work, but probably takes longer.
Yep. IELTS gives you band scores from 1 to 9 for each section and overall, and results can be 3 to 5 days for computer-based,
Okay, not too bad.
but up to 13 days for the paper version.
Ah, see, there's that trade-off. Faster results with PTE, but maybe some people feel better knowing a human looked at their work.
Totally depends on the individual. Now, let's be practical here. How long will you actually be sitting for these tests?
Time is precious, especially if you're juggling work or studies or life in general.
Right, so PTE is designed to be efficient. It takes about 2 hours, all done in one go.
Okay, manageable, one and done.
Exactly. Now, IELTS, a bit longer, about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Getting there.
And here's the kicker. The speaking test might be on a different day. Separate appointment.
Ah, so that's something to factor in schedule-wise. Could be 2 trips, more coordinating.
Definitely something to consider. Okay, so you've taken the test, got your score, but will it even be accepted where you're applying?
That's the million-dollar question. Because what's the point of a great score if it doesn't get you where you need to go?
Right, so IELTS, it's super widely recognized, especially UK, Europe, Australia. Lots of universities, immigration programs, it's been around a while.
So a safe bet in a lot of cases. What about PTE? Catching up.
Definitely gaining traction. Australia, New Zealand, the UK, even some US and Canada schools.
So spreading its wings.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Always, Always double-check the specific requirements of where you're applying.
Don't assume just because it's generally accepted somewhere.
Exactly. Go to the source, check their website, make absolutely sure. Okay, now for the question everyone asks, which test is easier?
Everyone wants the magic answer.
But there isn't one, honestly. It depends so much on how you learn, how you communicate.
Like some folks are just better at certain types of tests.
Totally. So PTE, it's often seen as potentially more straightforward for people who are good with computers, typing fast, and like that AI scoring consistency.
So if you thrive in that digital environment, maybe PD aligns with your strengths.
Could be, yeah. Now, IELTS, it might suit those who prefer real conversation, classic essay writing, that human touch in the grading.
And if you're good at thinking on your feet, adapting to a live interviewer.
That could be your jam, yeah. So no easy answers, but hopefully that gives some food for thought.
Absolutely. So to recap really quickly, for our listeners, if you're tech savvy, like fast results, PTE might be worth a closer look.
And if you're all about that human interaction, globally recognized name, maybe IELTS is your starting point. But remember, take those mock tests, get a feel for both formats.
That's such good advice.
Yeah.
Because you can read all you want, but actually experiencing the test is crucial.
Couldn't agree more. No substitute for that. All right, let's do a final rundown just to solidify everything. PTE, all on computer, AI scoring, usually get those results back quickly.
IELTS, choice of computer or paper, humans doing the grading, and that wider, long-standing recognition, though PT's growing fast.
Both cost about the same, similar retake policies, but those formats, especially the speaking, are totally different beasts.
So think about how you learn best, how you communicate best, and most importantly, what does your dream school or program actually require? That's your compass.
Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, one last thought before we wrap up. Think about how you shine, how you show off those English skills.
Right. We all have different strengths.
Exactly. So does that structured, maybe more predictable world of a computer test like PTE feel right?
Or are you someone who comes alive with that back and forth, that human connection in an IELTS interview?
Because honestly, that self-awareness combined with researching those requirements, that's your power move.
That's what'll help you conquer this decision. And hey, maybe even rock the test itself. Good luck out there.